Assalamualaikum. Yang Mulia Profesor Dr. Hajah Raja Suzana Raja Kassim. We from Group ID 027. We will present our proposal title Selected of SDG Orientation among SME Logistics during COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia. I will pass to my partner for present.
For the issue, the Sustainable Development Goals (SDG), also known as the Global Goals, were adopted by all UN member states in 2015 as a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet and ensure everyone enjoy peace and prosperity by 2030. A total of 70 SDG have been consolidated, namely for them to realize that action in one area will affect outcomes in another areas, and that development must balance social, economic and environmental sustainability. SME logistics nowadays plays an important role in meeting customer demand in terms of delivery of goods. Therefore, several aspects of the SDG have been adopted in SME logistics in Malaysia. However, the advent of the COVID-19 crisis that hit the world has hampered the implementation of the SDG among logistics SME in Malaysia, so that it is not possible to identify some level of successful implementation of the SDG or not. For the organization and sector, the SME logistics sector is often narrowed down by considering several key dimensions such as business impacting the economic, environment and social. The SME logistics sector is also divided into several parts, namely transportation, warehousing, packaging as well as the inflow and outflow of information and materials. This is because to facilitate the division of labor in the logistics sector. Therefore, in this study more focuses on the SME logistic transportation sector, which is an important aspect in the work of logistics to connect and smooth organizational and customer relationship. Among the well-known SME logistic transportation sector in Malaysia are FedEx, DHL and TNT Express.
COVID-19 prevented the successful implementation of SDG in SME logistics. Next, for statement of the problem, SME logistics nowadays plays an important role in meeting customer demand in terms of delivery of goods. Therefore, several aspects of the SDG have been adopted in SME logistics in Malaysia. However, the advent of the COVID-19 crisis that hit the world has hampered the implementation of the SDGs among logistic SME in Malaysia, so that it is not possible to identify some levels of successful implementation of the SDG or not.
For research objective, first is to determine selected SDG level among SME logistics during COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia. Second, to determine SDG orientation success among SME logistics during COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia. Third is to examine its relationship is between selected SDG level and SDG orientation success among SME logistics during COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia. For research question, first is what selected SDG level among SME logistics during COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia? Second, what SDG orientation success among SME logistics during COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia? Third, is there a relationship is between selected SDG level and SDG orientation success among SME logistics during COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia.
For the hypothesis, there is a positive and significant relationship between selected SDG level and SDG orientations success among SME logistics during COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia. Theoretical framework, independent variable, selected SDG level, there's a 4-point SDG 3, increase good health and well-being. Second, SDG 7, increase affordable and clean energy. Third, SDG 11, multiply sustainable cities and communities. Fourth, SDG 13, decrease climate action. For the dependent variable, SDG orientation success. First, decarbonization of energy. Software calculate carbon footprint. Second, renewable energy, promoting innovative solution. Third, urban development, smart city. Fourth, green logistics for art, reduce, recycle, reuse and recover.
Okay, for research design, this study used a descriptive correlation research design. In the process of identifying the gap, a systematic literature review is done between January 2021 to April 2021 on an epidemic outbreak and teaching and learning research using uh, appro- appropriate keyword on Scopus, ScienceDirect, Google Scholar. Some relevant industry report and blog are also take to get insight.
Simply frame a list of transportation and logistic company extract from the top transportation and logistic company in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia area by Glassdoor 2021. Population for this study is all transportation and logistic company extract from the top transportation and logistic company in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia area by Glassdoor 2021. Sample. A list of 10% of the sample will be extracted from the top transportation and logistic company in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia area by Glassdoor 2020. Unit of analysis. Transportation and logistic company extract from the top transportation and logistic company in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia area by Glassdoor 2021.
Validity and reliability. For validity, first contents of validity. First, the concept will be measured by the content. Second, face validity. Expert will validate that the instrument measure what its name suggests to measure. For reliability, first we test reliability. The reliability obtained by presenting the same participant with the same test or questionnaire on two separate occasions. Second, inter-rater agreement. Different research perform the same measurement or observation on the same sample to determine inter-rater reliability. The correlation between their
Plan for data analysis. The research
their
objective is
various
to determine
set
selected
of
SDG
result
level
is
among
then
SME logistics during COVID-19
calculate.
crisis in Malaysia. The variable is independent variable evaluated in terms of selected SDG level. Measurement on variable of selected SDG levels among SME logistics during COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia in interval scale. The statistic involved is descriptive, which are mean, median, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, skewness, and kurtosis. The second research objective is to determine SDG orientation success among SME logistics during COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia. The dependent variables evaluated in terms of SDG orientation success, measurement on variables that explain the SDG orientation success among SME logistics during COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia in interval scale. Statistic involved is descriptive, which are mean, median, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, skewness, and kurtosis. The third research objective is to examine if relationship exists between selected SDG level and SDG orientation success among SME logistics during COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia. The independent variable evaluated in terms of selected SDG levels and to seek how much variance independent variable they are able to explain. Measurement on relationship between selected SDG level and SDG orientation success among SME logistics during COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia in interval scale. Statistic involved is multiple linear regression, MLR.
Thank you.